think it's time for me to start being a little more serious on my videos. You're going to hear my mouth every now and then. I'm not going to change that. I'm talking the content that I'm putting out. And this is a very serious topic that I'm about to talk about. Our Fourth Amendment rights are literally at the snap of a finger being eroded away by corporations and companies that, for lack of a better term, would like to make money off of your rights. I've been preaching about this on Facebook, and I think now's the time to preach about it on YouTube. What happened to the days of literal privacy, due process? Well, I'll make it simple for you. After 9/11, an infamous law was put into effect. That very law, ladies and gentlemen, was called the Patriot Act. I've done a video already on the Fed Up Warrior history about 9/11, what really went down that day. We're not going to go into that. We're going to go into what happened afterward. Patriot Act was a felonious act of eliminating your rights to privacy, and other laws that you need to be aware of. The Patriot Act ushered in an organization known as the Transportation Safety Administration. It was designed to make you go through unnecessary checks, unnecessary checkpoints when it came to air travel. Now, that's a whole nother discussion because, in all honesty, if you sit there and think about it for a moment, they got them in airports. Why don't they have them in train stations? Why don't they have them at bus stations and other modes of travel? Because in this day and age, if everybody wants to get there quickly and somewhat of affordable rate, they just have to go through the airport. And what will be waiting for you after you get your ticket and go to the next part? These guys right here at the TSA. Now you're probably wondering, what the hell does Las Vegas have to do with all this? I will make this perfectly simple and clear. Here's a what-if scenario that A, you need to be aware of, and people that confirms that people forgot about Las Vegas and what was the real agenda involved. It had nothing to do with a false flag. The false flag part of it was one of the big factors. But there's another factor you're not seeing, or in the case of a lot of you who investigated this case, forgot. This is part of the reason why I have serious questions about this shooting. There was a bigger agenda involved, ladies and gentlemen. How corporations were lining up at the till to essentially help themselves. And here's an even bigger revelation. Most places that use security scanners are 5 times more likely to have anti-gun zones. You heard me right. For you Second Amendment advocates and constitutionalists who want to defend the Constitution, you really need to pay attention to this next part. What you are seeing here is a microwave technology scanner that, for lack of a better term, is to prevent guns from entering a casino. 2 things here. Number 1, you have yet another company that's making money off of your constitutional rights. That's right, folks. If they have their way, it will be very difficult for you to go anywhere. I'm talking casinos. It may get to a point where grocery stores and normal places of commerce may have these kind of technology. But here's one thing people are forgetting. Look behind you as Trinity and Neo from the Matrix enter with guns. Look what's behind them. You guessed it, a security scanner. Do you think villains are going to worry about a security scanner? They'll just shoot their way through and proceed through. Do you understand now what the real agenda is? It's not about losing our rights. It's about the bigger issue of these 2 represented the bad that was in the Matrix. And despite the fact there were security scanners and checkpoints right there at the door, they still made their way through, folks. Do you understand now why it is important to realize no security scanner is worth your rights? They're taking away your Fourth Amendment rights, your ability to privacy. They want to know how much money you got in your wallet. They want to know if you've got special cards or memberships or things like that. And you're sitting there going, oh, that's ridiculous. They would never do that. Don't ever think that's not the case. Are you ready to have to do a security scanner at a hotel or normal places of business? And worse, people are making money off of your rights. And the worst part is, you're letting them. Stop letting these people make money off your rights. You need to get a clue and wake up. Believe in the Constitution, and you believe in the Second and Fourth Amendments. You need to start standing up to this. Because if you don't, we will lose our Fourth Amendment rights. And the worst thing I have to tell people is, you support and defend the Constitution. What have you done to protect the Fourth Amendment? Nobody can tell me. People need to wake up. Please share this video.